Vegas. So yesterday I get up at 4:45 in the morning and we make an impromptu trip to Vegas. I go to the Wynn planning on just doing some work in the morning, and I'm sitting in the poker room because the cafe at Encore is so packed because it's holiday weekend. So I'm sitting in the poker room on my computer, getting some work done, posting on social media, checking in with my team, whatever. And this guy walks in and I see them starting a game in the back end in the high stakes area. And I'm like, oh, hey, what game are you starting? And he's like, oh, it's a private game. You know, our friends and I play some 5, 10, 20 on Sundays, and you're welcome to play if you want. So I'm like, okay, you know, this is a sign, it's serendipitous. I gotta play, I'm gonna sit down. So I don't film anything, so I'm sorry I don't have actual hands from the session with the action because I got invited to this game. It's a private game. I didn't want to be like obnoxiously filming during the session, but I did have a really interesting hand I want to share with you and a concept that I want to articulate about this hand as well that I think ties into some more big picture poker ideas.
Quick announcement, I'm playing high stakes poker on the Hustler Casino live stream today, January 18th. Tune in starting at 3:30 p.m. Pacific for the pregame show, 5 p.m. for the stream. I'll see you there.
So anyway, the hand that kicks off, we're playing 7 or 8 handed, I forgot, I know it makes a slight difference, but we're also playing a bounty game. So the blinds are 5, 10, 20, and there's a bounty. So if you win a pot with 6, 9, you win $40 per player. So you win like $300 or so if you win a pot with 6, 9. So I'm in the cutoff with pocket kings and stacks are about 4K. I make it 50 and the button calls, and the small blind, who is a tight, solid, old school pro, has been playing 20 years, he makes it 250. Now, back over to me, I have kings, so of course I want to put in another raise here. Again, we're playing the 6-9 game, so he can have technically all the 6-9 combinations, 16 of those, and so I make it to 750 with kings, the button folds, of course, and now he makes a weird raise to 1580. So I'm like, in this spot, he's really only repping aces, and I put out a poll on Instagram and Twitter and asked all of you guys, you know, what would you do in this spot? I got some very interesting responses, so thank you for that. And be sure to follow on Twitter and Instagram for like real-time updates because I'm always posting these things in real time. But he makes it 1580, and at this point, like, I know it's kind of a weird spot because I really don't beat aces, like, and he's only really repping aces. Like, what other hands is he making it 1580 with? At the same time, I have kings. Like, I can't really fold kings, right? I'm also getting 3-1 here, so like, even if I know he has aces, like if I call the flop and hit a king, I can stack him for the rest of his chips. So it's really hard to fold pre given my pot odds. But maybe he has 6-9, maybe he has ace king, maybe he's bluffing some of the time. I mean, these are all small percentage things, but it's still really, really a tough spot with kings. So anyway, I call, and the flop comes 9-8-3. And now I'm thinking, like, you know, he jams. So I'm still getting like 2-1 in this spot because he has 2,300 left. The pot is already more than 3,000. So I'm getting a really good price. And I'm thinking like, man, what if he has 6-9? He's going to jam the flop. I'm kind of talking myself into it and leveling myself into this spot. Anyway, I call and we run it once. The board like breaks off, whatever, and he has aces and I get scooped. Leave your thoughts in the comment below. Did I misplay my kings here? And I know a lot of you ask about kings in these like pre-flop spots and like how to play them and stuff. Obviously it's different with the bounty game. It's a little bit different shorthanded. But I think an important concept that I like to think about during these times is just like, I lost this one hand this time, but what I'm trying to do as a professional is just try to separate my decision-making process from the results. And like sometimes you might make the right play, and I'm not saying I definitely did. Maybe this is a fold. But what I am saying is like sometimes you can make a play and that could be the right play, but you can still have the wrong outcome or you can still lose. And I think in poker it's important to not only be waiting for you know, the nuts to put your money in, because like you just pretty much never have the nuts. And so sometimes when you don't have the nuts and you put your money in, your opponent's going to have what's called top of range, meaning like the best possible hands they can have, and you're going to lose the pot. But if you think about it, and I got asked this question on Twitter, it was a really interesting response. He said like, why would you re-raise? You know, why would you make it 750 if you don't know what you're going to do if he jams or goes all in? And my response was like, oh, that's, you know, a fair question, but what I'm trying to figure out is like, how do I maximize my value for the times when I have the best hand? And most of the time with kings, you have the best hand. Most of the time when you make it 750, your opponent's just going to call with like queens or ace king, or like, you know, maybe jack 10 suited, he's just going to call you, and you're in position building a big pot with the best hand. That's what you want. So what I'm trying to do in poker, and what I think people should be focused on, is like what's called EV, like expected value maximization. So you want to maximize your expected value and your chance of winning, and you don't really want to worry too much about risk minimization. Like, yes, it's important in a tournament if you're on the final table bubble, you want to risk minimize, but in poker, you make a lot more money by maximizing value than you do by minimizing risk. So that's like a concept that I think is super important, and it's also important to be able to separate the results from the actions. Anyway, I hope this video is helpful. Subscribe to the channel, more awesome content is coming, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.